Youth unemployment is nearing 500,000. That's the worst in 25 years. And that is the price that young Canadians are paying after 10 long years of Liberal failure. They have already sacrificed owning a home and starting a family. Food prices have skyrocketed. Housing starts in Toronto have fallen to a 30-year low. And yet the Prime Minister stood before a room of students and told them to make even more sacrifices. He is blind to the realities facing young Canadians, stubbornly pushing the same failed policies. When will these Liberals finally rein in their reckless spending so young Canadians can afford to dream again?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Secretary of State for Youth and Children.
Mr. Speaker, when we talk about spending less to invest more, it's because we believe that we need to create prosperity for the younger generations of Canadians. When we look at our track record, housing starts are up under this Prime Minister. Construction investment is up. Wages are up, and we've created over 100,000 full-time jobs in the past month alone. We have a responsible plan. We're just getting started, and Mr. Speaker, young people are at the centre of it.
The Honourable Member for Newmarket Aurora.
The deficit is doubling. They're changing definitions so they can manipulate the results and confuse Canadians. They are not spending less. Our youth are living the fallout of failed policies. They cannot afford a home. They're searching for jobs that no longer exist while this Liberal government mortgages their future. Mr. Speaker, when will this government open its eyes to the struggles of young Canadians and deliver a responsible budget that doesn't burden them with generational debt?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary, the Secretary of State for Youth and Children.
Mr. Speaker, in our budget, what you're going to see are the kind of investments that are actually going to set young people on the right path forward. Creating jobs, investing in skills and apprenticeships, investing in affordable homes, and making it easier for young people to get into those homes. Those are the kind of investments that we're making. When members on the opposite side of the House stand up and call things like our national school food program garbage, which helps young Canadians get the best early start in life, you have to wonder about really whether they care about youth.
The Honourable Member for Abbotsford South Langley.
Mr. Speaker, it is shameful that this elitist Prime Minister would speak to university students about making sacrifices. These students have already sacrificed their dream of home ownership. They paid for the climbing cost of food. They are living paycheck to paycheck. That is if they can even find a job. So will this Prime Minister rein in his out-of-control inflationary deficit so young Canadians can finally afford a home?
Great question.
Hear, hear. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, it is appalling that the member opposite is talking about sacrifices. You know who makes sacrifices every day in this country? Our National Police Force. My father spent 30 years serving in the Peel Regional Police Force. Recently we heard the Conservative leader call our National Police Force despicable. Despicable. He called the men and women that serve our communities and keep them safe despicable, and he still doesn't have the good sense to stand up and apologize for such an appalling statement.
Good. Order. The Honourable Member for Abbotsford South Langley.
Mr. Speaker, they failed to answer the question. The members opposite have announced a new Blue Seal program that Canada has abundant opportunities for youth. But the facts tell a different story. Youth unemployment has risen by 14.7%, the highest since 2010, with employment levels now at their lowest since 1998. CIBC says youth unemployment rates have climbed 5.5 percentage points since 2022. Will this government stop congratulating themselves and start helping youth find real jobs?
Hear, hear. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary, the Minister of Finance.
That's exactly what our government is doing. By bringing prosperity to Canada, by making generational investments, by decreasing spending. Our economy is growing. We're creating tens of thousands of jobs. The Leader of the Opposition calls major nation-building projects that create tens of thousands of jobs pathetic. And then on top of it, the Conservative members call a national school food program garbage that's feeding kids across this country, giving them the best start. How can they possibly claim to care about the next generation?
Order. The Honourable Member for Brandon Souris.
The young Canadian families that I know would like to be able to feed their kids themselves, not on a government handout. On Wednesday, the Prime Minister told a room full of students that they need to make sacrifices, but young Canadians have already sacrificed enough under this Liberal government. They've sacrificed the dream of owning a home. They've paid the price at the pump and at the grocery store. They've endured summers without work and have a future saddled with debt. After 10 years of Liberal failure, Canadians have sacrificed enough. When will the Liberals finally get their spending under control and restore hope for young Canadians?
The Honourable Parliament Secretary, the Secretary of State for Youth and Children.
Mr. Speaker, let me take an opportunity to shed some light on the Conservative Youth Plan, which borrows heavily from the MAGA playbook. It includes restricting student financial aid to the programs that they like and defunding the ones that they don't. With their track record, we should be worried about basic science, arts, literature, culture, environmental studies, public health, early childhood education. Is their plan a path to defund those students? And if so, what kind of future do they see for Canada's youth?
The Honourable Member for Brandon Souris.
Clearly, that member missed her leader's speech asking young Canadians to sacrifice. But newsflash, because of her policies, they've already sacrificed enough. StatsCan data shows youth unemployment has climbed to nearly 15%, the highest it's been since 2010. Since the Prime Minister was sworn in, nearly 48,000 more Canadians have to rely on EI to pay their bills. That's not progress, that's Liberal decline. So, Mr. Speaker, how can this Liberal Prime Minister look young Canadians in the eye and ask them to sacrifice more when it's his own Liberal MPs' failures that have taken away their jobs, their homes, and their hope for their future?
The Honourable Parliament Secretary, the Secretary of State for Youth and Children.
Mr. Speaker, we are making generational investments into Canada to build this country strong for the next generation. We are building housing. We are investing in skills. We are building major projects to create jobs. Our plan is working. We are making progress. We have more to do. On November 4th, Conservatives have the ability to stand up and support us as we build this country to make it better for all Canadians.
The Honourable Member for Regina Wascana.
Mr. Speaker, before the election, this Prime Minister said he could solve Canada's economic woes because he had a plan. This week, he finally revealed that plan to a room full of young people. It turns out the plan is they have to make sacrifices by giving up on the dream of home ownership, paying higher prices at the grocery store, and spending all summer unemployed. Mr. Speaker, if this was the Prime Minister's plan all along, then why wasn't he honest with young people about the sacrifices he had in store for them?
The Honourable Parliament Secretary to the Government House Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, one thing we know about the Conservatives is that they don't know shame. You know, when I sat in opposition, when the leader of the Conservative Party was a part of the government, Mr. Speaker, they actually cut the summer students program. Mr. Speaker, how dare they try to say we as a government that does not support youth when he sat around the cabinet and did nothing but cut after cut. Young people of Canada know that this government has their back, and we will continue to do that. Come November 4th, there's going to be a powerful statement for the young people of Canada.